Hello, welcome back to my YouTube. So if you're here, you might have questions about law school or you're interested about law school, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be documenting my whole journey. No, my journey did not just start, but I am just now deciding to document it because I want to hold myself accountable, and hopefully when this journey is over in a few years I can look back on these videos and just have them for myself. Maybe I can help someone who has questions or who's going through this journey alone like I was up until recently. So let's get into this video. So let me start by saying that I am a non-traditional aspiring law student, because I'm not a law student yet, but I will be speaking it into the environment. I graduated back in 2016 with my bachelor's, and then after that I did take the LSAT for the first time. I didn't study because I was under the impression that I gave myself that I didn't need to study, that I would graduate undergrad and have the essentials I needed to take this test and do well on it, but that wasn't the case. So first, I meant to mention that before, I am a first generation, what do you call it, undergrad, college graduate. Yes, so I did have support through undergrad, but a lot of support, put that, lots and lots of support, but didn't really have anyone I could ask questions about the process, because you can't really ask someone a question about a road they haven't walked down. So whatever, I went through it mainly with Google, or yeah, that's it, Google. I Googled just about anything I wanted to know. I didn't use my professors like I should have. I didn't use my counselors like I should have. I kind of just went to school and went to work and went home, did what I had to do to get my degree. So when I took the LSAT, I thought I did okay, because this guy that I had went to school with, I asked him, he ended up going to law school, and I kind of like asked him, what was your LSAT score? And his LSAT score was 2 points higher than mine, and I was like, what was your GPA? And his GPA was like right at mine. So I was like, oh, you got into law school, so I can get in law school with this score. Is whatever. Don't ever compare yourself to nobody else's journey. Let me say that, because everybody is different. Their application is going to be different. Experiences will be different. So it's not wise to compare yourself to anyone else. So I did submit an application, but the application was so unthoughtful, unprepared. Like, I literally just threw something together. I threw together a personal statement. My recommendations were not all that well. They, on a scale 1 to 5, 5 being the best, mine was like a 1.2. they were not good. What else was it? My score already wasn't good. My GPA wasn't that great. And if you want a story about my actual scores and numbers, just let me know, and I would definitely put that out there. I don't mind. I'm planning on being very transparent. I didn't get accepted, clearly, and now that I know what it takes to get into law school, I'm not surprised I didn't get accepted. Like, they probably looked at my application and threw it. Like, they probably was like, yeah, no, girl, no. So that didn't happen. I was discouraged at first. I cried a little bit, but that's because at the time I didn't know that my application was bad. I thought it was good. Like, I thought. I had nobody tell me otherwise. I had nobody to ask. So whatever. So after I took that LSAT, let's see, I stayed at home a little bit and was like, I'm gonna study for another test. I ended up studying on and off, not like I should have been studying, but I still did it a little bit, very little, minimum. But I started thinking about my GPA. I would like look on Google like, oh, what does your GPA need to be to get in law school? Like I'm thinking it's like this one number, like you need to have a 3.5 and above. For the longest, that's really what I thought. And I was like, oh wow, I can't go to law school because my GPA is not a 3.5. No. So I thought of a master plan. I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer, well not transfer because I already graduated. I'm going to move to Durham, and I'm going to go to Central, and I'm going to get a second degree to boost my GPA. That ain't how it work, okay? That's not how it works. And I didn't know that until I done gotten some more debt that I did not need. I ended up going to Central, and finally I decided to talk to one of my professors and tell them, you know, they was like, why do you want a second degree? You know, why are you interested? So I told them the exact reason why, because I really wasn't interested in going back for a second degree. I just wanted a higher GPA, and I knew that I could get it because my mind was different. You know, I was in a different space. So my professor looked at me and was like, no, no, that's not gonna work. Because if you don't know, law schools look at your original GPA, your original undergraduate GPA. Yes, they ask for everything, like every school that you attended and all your transcripts, and then, you know, they look at it after they open, and like after they see that first GPA. If your application is even worth it, then, you know, they open it and they see all your following schools and, you know, your following transcripts behind there. But your first GPA is your main GPA that they're going to take into consideration. So at that point I was like, so what am I here for? Like, I don't need to be here. So I stopped after a year. I stopped that program, and I was like, better idea. What if I get a master's degree? Then my undergraduate degree won't matter at all because I have a higher degree. It was genius, right? That wasn't genius either. I literally only took a semester there before finding out that that's not going to matter. It's not going to override your GPA. Yeah, it may look good that you have a higher degree and all this stuff and your grades look good, but your undergraduate GPA is still a factor. Like, it's still going to be a factor. It's not just going to exit out that GPA. It doesn't work like that. So when I found that out, I never really cared to, I never really cared to go and get a master's degree. I want to go to law school. That's what I want to do. So at that point, I'm like, I'm getting in debt for what? No, I'm done. I'm done. Something's got to give. So I stopped that program too. And I just took some time to study some more. But then I was like, maybe law school just ain't for me. Maybe, no. I thought that after I looked into the courses. Now, the courses are super expensive, and I couldn't afford it. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't. I still can't. I couldn't, So I was like, oh, I really sat there, and I was like, dang, how am I gonna study for this test if I can't afford a course? Like, I felt like that was the only thing that would help me improve. So I was like, you know what, maybe I need to just change my life. I need to change my plans. This is apparently not what God had in store for me, because if he did, then I would have had the money to pay for these classes and stuff. So I was like, maybe I can be a nurse. Maybe I can go into corrections. Maybe I can be a probation officer. Maybe I can work at the post office. Maybe all these things. But it's like, I looked into it and I just wasn't happy. I was not going to be happy because that's not what I wanted to do. Like, that's not what I have a passion for. So I was kind of like, I have to go to law school. So during my research, I came across this platform called Jastalkslaw. Her name is Jazz, and she graduated from law school, and she actually is a law school coach. And I reached out to her, and we had I paid to speak with her and for her to get to know me, and she was very, 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 very positive. I can go to law school. Like, she was actually like the light I needed, because I was kind of over it. I was depressed, everything. I felt like I just messed up. I felt like once I graduated and that GPA was stuck with me, I felt like I messed up, and it was just over. My cat is in the background messing with a bag, so that's the noise. But I reached out to Jazz, and she was, come on. And she was like, we can get you into law school. We are going to get you into law school. I told her my GPA, and she was like, girl, yes, definitely. Like, there was no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, yes, you can go to law school. That's what she said to me, and that was, bless you. And that was like the happiest, just the happiest like moments. I was so happy. I don't even think she know how happy she made me. So Jazz, if you watch this, just know that it's because of you that I got buckled down, and I was like, I can do this. Like, manifesting positivity into my life. So I spoke with her for a little bit, and she was like, okay, so if your GPA is not where you think it should be, then if your GPA is not where it should be, then we need to work on getting your LSAT score up. I ended up purchasing her pre-law program, and it's like this little booklet. You follow the booklet, and she helps you get your documents together. I got my personal statement together. She actually gave me her diversity statement book for free. Like, Jazz, you are a gem. She gave me her diversity statement book for free, and my documents came out great. I did have them edited through this other person. Her name is Bria Renee Smith. She also has a YouTube, and she's on Instagram as well. She did my document reviews. She's a 1L, and my documents came out really great. I'm not sure if that's actually a service that she offered, or if that was just something she was doing, but it's worth a try to reach out to her and just see. Probably not. She might be busy for a 1L year, so I don't know. But that's who did my document reviews. And yeah, so Jazz definitely helped me get back on track and helped me understand that I can get into law school, that it's not the end of the world. I just have to make the rest of my application strong, really strong. So I started getting my recommendations together. I got those from some better sources. My personal statement is really good. My diversity statement is really good. I did my school list, but again, go purchase her book because she goes over all of that. I also came across Blackgirlsdolaw, and she's also another inspiration. She helps aspiring law students. She is also informative. I say both of those platforms you should reach out. You should definitely follow. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about them. Them two, great. So after I did the pre-law, wish my cat would stop messing with stuff. After I did the pre-law, I started looking into ways to study for the LSAT, and I found out, actually through something I believe Jazz was hosting, I found out that if you get a fee waiver through LSAT, then there's places out there that will give you discounts, that will give you free study material. So I got a fee waiver, and I found out that LSAT Max offers free programs, and I use them to study. Jazz also recommends Khan Academy, which I use them as well, and they were really good. In my opinion, you know, some people say it's best to use one and stick with one, but when I combine the two, because I liked the way Khan Academy tests. They break their tests down in sections, like 5 or 6 questions at a time. But I like the way LSAT Max actually went over the material. So I kind of combined the two, and I think it helped. I don't know if I mentioned that before this go around of preparing for the LSAT, I took the LSAT again with my minimum study I did, like my on and off study, and my score only improved 2 points. That wasn't enough for me, so I was like, I gotta study some more. And that's when I looked into and I found Jazz and stuff like that. So thanks to my fee waiver, I got a free course. I was able to study, and I just recently took the LSAT Flex due to COVID. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I'm waiting on those scores to get back. Hopefully all of my hard work and discipline and studying paid off, because I definitely studied a lot more, like day in and day out. I took so many practice tests, like I really put my all into this because I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of putting it off. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get this started because I know that this is what I need to do. This is where I need to be. This is my calling. This is what, you know, there's nothing else in my life I can see myself doing. If I don't go to law school, the only other option is stay at home mom. For real. That's it. Like, I don't see myself being happy doing anything else. I could be wrong, but I'm telling you, like, this is what I feel. So that's actually all for this video. That's more so some background information on my law school journey and what this platform will be about. If you would like to know what made me want to go to law school, if you would like to know exactly how I studied, let me know in the comments. I may do the video anyway, just because, you know, that is something that's important. If you want to know my stats, let me know. I don't really mind giving out those numbers. Very transparent. I'm not ashamed. I will let you know what happened and why I got there, because I know I hold myself accountable. It was me. But I'm older. I'm more focused now, so whatever it is, what it is. Can't change it. Whenever I get my scores back, I'm so scared, but whenever I get those scores back, I'm going to be sure to share them, even if they're not what I want them to be or where I expect them to be or where I thought they would be. I'm going to still share them and let you know where I'm going to go from there, whether or not I need to scrape up the funds to pay for one of those expensive courses, or tutor, or if it's time to submit some applications. So again, thank you for coming to my YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time.